Well, it's been about a week since we spoke with Kay and Kevin about their new windows. The crew is here today and they've gotten underway, so let's go see how they're doing. Tom, it looks like you're making a lot of progress here.
Absolutely. With a custom-made product like this, it makes the installation go quick and allows us to install the product year-round.
Now you're performing what's called new construction window replacement, which means you're taking the frame out as well today, right?
Exactly.
Why don't you walk us through that process and tell us how you get started?
Okay. The first thing that we do is we like to take off the existing wood trim that was on the outside so we can expose the nailing fin. What we found was some water that had been getting in and made the wood soft, and then the ants decided that they like to munch on it. So this way it really lets us know the customer made the right choice getting all that bad wood out of there.
What are the steps that you take during your installation process to make sure that the fit is right, that there won't be any air infiltration, air leakage?
Thank you. The first thing that we like to do is get the entire envelope opened up, find out what we're dealing with as far as if there is any bad wood that needs addressed before we start putting the new window back. Then we'll use a product called Protecto Wrap to seal the sill and the sheeting to make sure no moisture can get in there in the future. Once we get the new window put in, we'll get it in, squared into the opening so that we know that all of our weather stripping is catching the way it should and the window's performing the way it is. Then we'll put a Protecto Wrap back over the entire outside nailing fin. That way we know that we're keeping that air to the outside where it should be. And then when we're buttoning up the finished product on the product on the outside, we use a vinyl board so that we know it's going to maintain its appearance, not have any decay issues down the road, and stay looking good for years and years to come.
And what's the life expectancy of these new windows you're putting in?
This manufacturer even does some light commercial work. One of the things I enjoy even on those installations, it's a minimum of 50 years on the moving parts, weather stripping, seal failures, so
the Nebergalls aren't going to have to do this again.
They're covered.
It looks like good. And this is a standard size window that you're putting in, but I know you have a bigger one that you're installing today. Can we take a look at that?
Let's take a look.
You know, Tom, this is really impressive. Removing those 3 windows and putting in this huge window, it makes a huge impact on this room.
Made quite a change, didn't it?
It really does. Now, because there's more glass area, is it going to be more expensive to heat and cool this room?
Actually, you'll find just the opposite. This is a stationary product, so you don't have any points of air infiltration to come around the other moving sashes that were in the other product. And the glass technology in this product is much higher than the former product. This has several coats of low-E glass, and it's argon gas filled.
Great. Well, you know, while we're talking about the windows that were taken out, they were casement windows, and I know the Nebergalls are really fond of those, and they're going to replace some others with new casements. But I know, too, that they had some issues with the crank, you know, the mechanism itself. Has technology improved that, or will they continue to have those issues?
It really comes back to the product you purchase. The better engineered products use a much heavier gears and mechanisms to make sure that isn't an ongoing problem. This product has a multi-point lock system, so when you do lock it, one handle locks it in 3 places, top, middle, and bottom, so you get a consistent seal. That way it's not putting any binding on those gears.
Let's take a look over here at this door, too. That looks great.
Thank you.
Walk us through the installation process with this. Is there anything specific you do when installing doors such as these?
The first thing that we really want to address is make sure that there is no bad wood and that we've got a perfectly level sill to set the new door on. That once we've got a good base from there, it makes the rest of the installation process go much smoother. If we've got our door in perfectly square, it gives our gaskets and our seals here a chance to perform the way they're supposed to. Just like the casement windows, one of the impressive things with this product is it gives it a lock on the top, middle, and bottom, so you get a consistent seal. That way we know that it's going to keep that air to the outside where it should be.
And then how will you finish this part off? The same as you do windows?
Yes, what you're going to do is the Nebergalls had a finish trim piece up here called casing before. We're going to go ahead and finish that off with that. From the outside, we'll put the extending phone in to make sure that we've got a good seal between our studs and our door product. That way we know we're not getting any air issues at that point either.
Great. Well, I think for our viewers, the takeaway today is if you think you may be in the market for replacing your windows, some things to look for would be staining or metal parts pulling away, rotting wood, and basically just drafts when you walk through your house, right?
You're absolutely correct. The biggest issue is the drafts. If you've got an average 3x5 window and just a 1/16 of an inch gap around the outside of that window, it's the equivalent of having a brick out of your house. So If you've got 10 of them, you're heating a pretty big hole. By sealing up those drafts, it gives your furnace a chance to keep up.
Right. Well, I don't think Kevin and Kay are going to have that issue anymore. This has been a great project to follow. You stay with us for more PowerHouse.